Well, hello again, everyone. We are glad you're with us. Even in the midst of a global pandemic, there is a special excitement to the beginning of the national signing period in college football. We're certainly glad that you're around. We have the opportunity right now to talk to our defensive coordinator, Barry Odom, and get a look at perhaps some of the new Razorbacks and get a feel for what this class is going to look like moving forward. First, Coach, welcome. And I just wonder first, before we get into specifics, a week ago, you're game planning for Alabama, and you're also recruiting at the same time. Take us inside the mind of a coach. What was this period like leading up to today?
Well, the priority is always our current team and making sure that we're doing everything we can to pour into them and get them ready to go play a game. But also the urgency to put this class together, and always during the last stretch, there's questions on, are they staying committed? Can we get this guy? A little bit different in the virtual world, but it's about time management. Coach Pittman did a great job on setting the standard and the schedule and how we needed to work and what we needed to do to make sure that we were still connecting with the high school coaches, with the prospects, with the families, and really excited about the group we have today.
When you look at your defensive unit, let's talk a little bit first about needs, what you wanted to do when you set out and tried to put this class together. What were you thinking?
Well, you always look at maybe overall big picture on the immediate needs that you can address by position, by speed, by size. Every year we're going to sign as many as we can up front because this is the line of scrimmage league. We need guys in those positions that can go play. It would be foolish of me to think that we're signing a bunch of freshmen to come in and go start right now day one in the Southeastern Conference, but that's our job as coaches, to be great teachers and get them ready to go play no matter what their age is. So number one, you address the needs that you think that you have on your defense, and we started moving really up front in defensive line on where we wanted to get some holes filled there. And then every year, I think as we adjust in our conference, we're going to sign as many defensive backs as we can get, because if you get longer, bigger defensive backs, someday they may end up into an outside linebacker or inside in the box.
You know, you talk about that with the defensive backs, and you look at the numbers, and you see 5 there. So obviously, as you say, that's a focal point every year.
A little bit on how we've adjusted schematically on the number of guys that we're playing in those positions. We get a feel for what we have coming back, and then also you've got to project not only this year, but how those guys will continue to develop into year 2.
You talked about the linemen. You got a couple of guys at the end that I know made you real happy. That's such an important position, isn't it? Absolutely.
You look at the things that up front, when you can control the line of scrimmage, then that makes everything a lot easier on the back end. You've got to be able to find ways to stop the run, and the best way to do that is get your defensive line big enough, strong enough, and in position to go make plays.
I know a great recruiter such as yourself, you try to build those relationships. It's been obviously more difficult in this time. How have you gone about building trust when a lot of your communications via computer or via cell phone?
Yeah, you miss out on the human element of being face-to-face, in person. So you do that through Zoom, you do it through FaceTime, and also it's just more than anything, it's time. And everybody wants more time. And that's the bottom line. When you build a true, real relationship, it gets down to being honest, being open, and having the willingness to have tough conversations and let them see the importance of what they feel for our program, but also want guys that want to be here. And you get a feel for that over time when you continue to develop those relationships.
Feel like you got better today?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're excited. I wish we could get them here this week. Excited about the group. And you're not going to talk to a coach in all of America today that says, no, we're not happy with our group. We've got the number of guys that we have signed that really want to be Razorbacks. They're excited to get here, and I can't wait to coach them.
All right, Coach, thanks so much.
You bet. Thank you.
There's a lot more to come. Signing day is exciting, and we are going to continue our coverage, so stay with us on the Razorback Sports Network.